Hi, my name is Kim Baker, and I'm President and CEO of Kentucky Performing Arts. We may be shut in, but the arts are not shut down. That's why we're happy to bring you KPA at Home. KPA at Home showcases local and regional artists, connects artists with their audiences, and provides paying gigs for performers whose livelihood has been impacted by COVID-19. We want to thank Brown-Forman for their support of this series and for all they do to keep the arts alive in our community. We hope you enjoy the show, are healthy and hopeful, and we look forward to the day we can be together again. Thank you.
Ay, sentadito en mi escalera, que sentadito en mi escalera, esperando por venir que nunca a mí me llega, esperando por venir que nunca a mí me llega. En el grito de mi capa tu cara me reflejo. En el grito de mi capa tu cara me reflejo. Y fue poquito delito que de veneno me sirvió. Y fue poquito delito que de veneno me sirvió. Triana, qué bonita está Triana. Qué bonita está Triana, qué bonita está Triana. Cuando le ponen su puente, la banderita gitana. Cuando le ponen su puente, la banderita gitana. Con el yali, 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 yali. Con el yali, 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 yali. Yali, 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 yali. Allez. Hey everybody. So after a technically difficult start, we're really excited to be with you all to share some flamenco en casa, flamenco in our home. This is happening all over the world, so we're excited to be part of the trend right here from Louisville, Kentucky. So what we're sharing with you is flamenco, not flamingo. Flamingos are pink birds. Flamenco is a system of music and singing and dance. It's the whole thing together that comes from Andalusia in southern Spain. And so in honor of our flamenco family here and our flamenco family in Sevilla, we are gonna kick off. We just did a little bit of tangos, but now we're gonna do some sevillanas. Sevillanas takes its name from the city of Sevilla, which is the capital of Andalusia. And that's where we go every year to study. That's where our teachers and friends are. So, os queremos mucho. This is for Sevilla. Just like we were looking forward to the Derby right about now, they were looking forward to the Feria, which is their big street party that's all about horses and partying in the streets. And women have beautiful clothes made that they only wear that one time of year, but they've got this dance and this song. And everybody knows sevillanas, from little bitty kids all the way up to grandmas and grandpas.
Qué guapa que está Sevilla, ole, hola. Qué guapa que está Sevilla, el anardo de manzanilla, primorosa, jubilosa. Qué guapa que está Sevilla, ole, hola. manzanilla y rosa en la bahía, misteriosa, fabulosa, qué guapa que no sería, ole, hola.
Ale. Ole. Viva Sevilla. So a lot of the songs in flamenco are actually pieces of poetry. So when a particular verse, or we call it a letra, is sung, and then another and another, they don't necessarily have anything to do with each other, but oftentimes they are associated with a particular place. So the next piece we're going to do for you is an alegría, which literally means joy. And it is associated with the city of Cadiz, which is a port city. It's a beach town, basically. And the Gaditanos have been known for thousands of years for being very talented dancers and singers, but they're also known for this sort of attitude, this joy de vivre, this joy in living that is at once very laid back, but also extremely, extremely resilient. So we're going to do this alegría, and I'm going to be dancing and singing. And I think sort of appropriate for this time in society, the idea of joy and resilience in the face of adversity is very relevant. And the letra I'm going to be singing about is going to be a very prideful piece of poetry about remembering when Cadiz was being besieged by the French. And the Gaditanos were so laid back and so cool about it all. They said, you go ahead, you throw your bombs over the wall, and our girls will make spit curls out of them. And ultimately, they did kick out the French. So, joy and resilience. Tiriti tran, 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 tiriti tran, 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 tiriti tran, 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 tiriti tran, 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 tiriti tran, 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 lelo ay, tran, 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 tran. the fireplace. That's awesome.
Amazing. Do you need a second to breathe?
Maybe just a moment.
This is usually a great time for me to tune as well, but then there's just a lot of tuning and breathing. So our next piece.
The next piece we're going to do is haleo. Now, haleos are also words of encouragement. So like I keep yelling at Paul going, ole, which is basically the equivalent of good job or woohoo. But in this particular case, haleo is referring to a particular palo, and it's in the family of bulería, and it has a very particular rhythm to it. Now, once upon a time, we wouldn't have had all of this technology. The roots of flamenco go back over 500 years. So we're going to make this a little more simple. We're going to do it palo seco on the guitar. And I'm going to try and kick a tambourine with my foot. We'll see how well that works out. And these letras, again, are just pieces of poetry. And here we go. And the first one is about somebody who has a giant pile of wood that's been collected for firewood, like kindling. And it's so big and it's too wide to get down the street. So sometimes things are as nonsensical as that, just observations of life. The final letra, the third letra, is kind of mean. And it's somebody saying, you're like money. You pass from hand to hand. So sometimes it's nonsense. Sometimes it's a little bit of passing judgment. And sometimes it's just sad. Deep sorrow. Okay. Abbiane Dio Piccolare. Abbiane Dio Piccolare. Ai con una carga de legna che non si cabe por la calle. Con una carga de leña que se cabe por la calle. A me voy a lavorare. A me voy a lavorare. A me va la vuelta entrega y no digo por aire. Me da la vuelta entrega y no me digo por nadie. Tú eres como dinero. Tú eres como dinero. Que pase de mano en mano. Que se borren los letreros. Campañerita de mi alma. Se le borren los letreros. Este año me voy a divertir porque año que viene me puedo morir. Este año me voy a divertir porque año que viene me puedo morir. Ale. So the next piece we have for you, I'm going to step out for just a moment because it's going to be a faruca. And this is typically danced, well, once upon a time, men danced this way and women danced that way, and there was no two ways about it. Nowadays, as a 21st century flamenca, I can do the so-called man dances. And even today now, men are starting to dance in skirts. So the art is very powerful and it's transcending gender stereotypes in the 21st century and still maintaining a connection to the past. So Paul's going to do a falsetto to begin. Ole. So, ole tú, ole KPA, ole Brand Foreman. Thank you for having us into your living rooms tonight from our living room in the Clifton neighborhood of Louisville, Kentucky. A little bit of flamenco, a little bit of Spain, connecting to the other city we love, Sevilla. Good night, everybody. We're going to take you out on some Blidia. Toda mi madre yo oyera, toda mi madre yo oyera, hay un dadito de mi mano, el que más cosa me hiciera. Hay un dadito de mi mano, caramba, el que más cosa me hiciera. Ay, la le lo lo le lo lo le lo. Ay, la le lo lo le lo lo le. Ay, le lo lo le lo lo le lo. Ay, la le lo lo le lo lo. Ay, la gitanita de la cava que la enseñara, que pone en mi casa mi cabecera. La gitanita de la cava que la enseñara, que pone en mi casa mi cabecera. Campana de Santiago, campanita de San Miguel, son dos campanas gitanas que te empiezan a decir. Son dos campanas gitanas que te empiezan a decir. Yo no sé por qué motivo. Yo no sé por qué motivo esa gitana conace malamente conmigo. Esa gitana conace malamente conmigo. Volaría, venga, volaría, mi alma me y puerca y